How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to BeamerView. Today we're going to be going over the top mistakes that BMW owners make, and we're going to be showing the correct ways to fix these mistakes and how to go about your business. And what better vehicle to use than a beautiful brand new 2023 BMW X6M. It is going to be our featured vehicle for this video. Also, if this is your first time on BeamerView, what we do here is showcase all the latest BMWs. We do some really cool hidden tips and tricks and also some how-to videos. So subscribe to the channel if that's what you all are into. But yes, quickly to go ahead and jump into it, I did want to start off with a funny one, but one of the things that I see customers doing all the time is they look over here to look for the stop button. Well, it's not over there, as you can see. It is actually going to be right down here. That is probably one of the most common mistakes that I see all the time, and I just want to throw that one in there because I know that it's kind of stupid, but it's kind of funny. Number 2 on one of the most common mistakes is the hood release. Now for BMWs, in case you didn't know, you actually have to pull on this 2 times, not once. You have to pull on it twice, and that is actually how you release the hood. I see people just pulling on it once and then they go all the way out and go straight to the hood, and then they go ahead and try to open up the hood, and then they waste about 10 minutes trying to figure out why they can't open the hood. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, as mentioned before, you have to pull on that twice, not once, twice. Number 3 on the most common mistakes that I see all the time is going to have to go to the door sensor. Now, many vehicles, including this BMW, yes, if you touch the door handle in the right spot, it'll lock the car. Many people think, and I don't blame them, that they think that this is the sensor in order to do that, but this is actually the cutout that you would pull out in order to stick your manual key right into there to manually unlock your door. The sensor to lock the vehicle is actually right inside here. You can see these little strips. Many people do not know that it's right here, but just touch that, and then as you heard, the vehicle just locked itself. And yes, if you just grab the door handle, it'll unlock itself as well. Another common mistake that I see all the time is how people try to do their kicks whenever they're trying to release the trunk. Well, let me tell you right now that it's not a wiggle. It is simply just front to back. And again, many of the current BMWs that are just being released, they do not have that feature. Let me actually check to see if this X6 has it.
Oh, man!
And as you can see, this one doesn't. But that's how you would do your kick in order to release the trunk if your BMW has that, which currently right now is the majority. And then coming right over here, the next mistake that we see a whole lot is simply many people, they do not know about this little hole. They simply take out their fuel cap and let it hang just like that. That is what you don't want to do because you don't want to scratch the paint. What you want to do is stick it into this little hole right here, and that's how you correctly mount your fuel cap door while you're filling up gas. For the next one, we're going to jump back into the inside of the vehicle. Now, if you're just picking up your BMW for the first time, the first thing that you have to do is set up your My BMW app. And I'll tell you why. So by setting up the BMW app, it will quickly allow you to go into here and set up your driver profile, which is the first thing you need to do. And again, I'll tell you why. But inside here, if you go into car, and then if you go to where it says driver profile, after you do the app, this is the next thing that you must set up. And you would go into here and then go into here, log in, and then log into your driver profile. The benefit of doing that is that whatever settings you save up, it'll save to your driver profile, so then you don't have to go back and then reset things. A common mistake, and this one's good if you have a X3, X5, or X7. Not so much if you have this giant X6 with this giant hatchback here, but those vehicles, they come with a cargo cover, as you see right here. The mistake that many people do is that they take that cargo cover and then they store it inside their house, which is not what you want to do. What you want to do is look right beneath here. And again, this is if you have a X3, X5, or X7, you can actually place it right down here. You'll actually see a opening, which is right over here, where you can stick the cargo cover right into there first and then lay it down flat. And then you can actually just keep your cargo cover here, and then in case you need it, you can literally just grab it from here and then place that back on. A common mistake that many people do is that, yes, you do have a USB charger right here. Many BMWs are also starting to get their wireless chargers back, which is going to be right over here as well. But if you didn't already know, there is a USB-C in all the newer BMWs. Now, you should definitely utilize this because of the fact that if you get the cord for this, which is going to be USB-C to Lightning, if you have an iPhone, this guy will actually charge your phone 3 times faster. So definitely utilize that. Take advantage of that, because trust me, once you use that, you're going to completely forget about the wireless charger. Now, this one's good if your BMW is in the US and if your BMW comes equipped with remote start. Many make the mistake of not enabling remote start before they begin to start using it. And the way you enable remote start first, and again, this is only for US vehicles or countries that allow remote start. I do believe that the BMWs in the United Kingdom and European countries don't allow this, but you would go into car, and then you would go into settings. Then you would scroll all the way over to climate control. And then if you go all the way down where it says preconditioning and ventilation, that's where you're gonna see remote engine start. Now, by default, it is not gonna be checked on. So you have to go into here and then enable remote start first before you begin to use it. So just check that on. And then as you can see, the check mark is on, and then now you can go ahead and use remote start with your app or with your key fob. If you didn't know how to do it from your key fob, just press the lock button 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And that's how you would do remote start. If your vehicle has gesture control, and the way you can tell if it has it or not is gonna be with this sensor right here, which is black. You can also check your window sticker to see if you have gesture control. Now, if you're not sure what gesture control is, you can actually use your finger as a wand to turn up the volume, turn down the volume. You can also use pause and skip tracks or reverse tracks. Now, the mistake that people make is that they kind of just go all over the place with it. And then some will do it way up here, which is not the right spot. Some will do it way down here. Some will do it too close to the screen, too far back from the screen. The sweet spot for gesture control is literally going to be right around here. So as you can see, I'm just moving around my hand and it's already detecting it. But yeah, your commands that I just previously showed you are going to take place right above here. And a good way to see it is going to be right above the shifter, and then just control your finger as you can see right here. And that's what's going to control your gesture control the best way. You missed this one a whole lot if you have a SUV as well. As you can see, if you're trying to adjust your headrest, you're not going to find any buttons around here, especially in this XXM, because everything is so tucked together. But this goes for X5s and X3s and all the other SUVs. If you want to raise your headrest, you can do that. The way you do that is by your seating controls right down here. You're just going to push this up from the bottom, and that's how you would adjust your headrest. Big common mistake is going to be with the head-up display. Now, I'm actually going to turn on this X6M so you guys can hear it too, but check this out. I know for a fact that that is not going to sound as good on the video as it does in person, but going back into it, I'm going to start referring to the head-up display. So the common mistake that happens with this is that people don't know that they can adjust the height for it. And you can actually do that. You don't have to move around your seat to get the perfect height. The way you would do that is you would go into your main screen right over here, and then you would go into car. Once you do that, go into settings one more time. Go over to where it says displays, because that's your head-up display. And then you can see it right over here. Also, if you don't like the head-up display, you can turn that off, so don't worry about that. But if you go right down over here to where it says height, as you can see, you can adjust the height for it. You could go up, you could go down, you could even change the brightness for it. But yes, many people do not know you can adjust the height. Well, guess what? You can. Next common mistake is gonna be the fact that people are not utilizing their voice command. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice command is extremely powerful, especially for the newer BMWs, because you can do things like these. Lower all the windows.
I will open all windows.
As you can see, you can now tell voice command to lower all the windows. Super cool. That is not all you can do. There's tons of different ways you can use this. I do have a separate video on this, so subscribe to this channel and check out the rest of the videos on this channel, because there is a video that I put up about the different voice commands you can do. There are over 15 different ways or 15 different commands that you could use. Some examples of them are just the ones that I showed you, just like how we just roll down the windows by using voice command. You can also use it for addresses, POIs, like trying to navigate to the closest Starbucks. It'll do that. And if you hold it down, you can get Siri to make phone calls or write text messages. Also with the BMW voice command, if you press it, you can change the ambient lighting, control your climate control. You can also use it to turn on your heated steering wheel, all by voice. So definitely, people, please take advantage of the voice command. If you don't know what commands it can do, check out the video on my channel, because if you're not using this, you're missing out on a whole lot of easy ways to do things. Another common mistake is gonna have to go with this BC button that you see right over here. If I press that, you can see the different screens that we can choose from. Now, I'm gonna try to look for where it says your total miles. I do apologize, there's plastic on this brand new BMW X6M. Check out this right over here where it says the 0.4, right behind this red line. Now, many forget the fact that you can reset that. The way you reset that, it is a little bit tricky. The way you do it is you have to hold down BC in order to do so. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and I'm gonna hold down BC with my finger right over here, and then watch, you can see the trip computer go down to 0. That is a mistake or something that people just don't know of. But yes, if you want to reset the trip, just hold down BC and take advantage of that. Also, if you want to set to whenever you fill up gas, you can also do so. If you go into the settings, you can set it so that whenever you refuel, you can have that go 0 all by itself and you don't have to worry about it. If you want to know how to do that, comment down below and I'll give you the directions on how. Also, another common mistake that people do, a feature that people are not aware of, but if we were in the page where we would see all of our phone devices connected, if there was multiple devices connected, if you were to go into settings right over here, you would actually see a way where you can prioritize whichever cell phone is going to be the primary phone. It's a brand new setting that pops up whenever multiple phones are connected. If you go into here, you would see a setting where you can prioritize whichever cell phone is the higher priority or the lower one. The next one is going to have to go to the wireless charger if your vehicle has this. But yes, as you can see, there is a wireless charger right down here. Now, the mistake that people do is that they do not correctly use this the first time around. They either put their phone all the way to the back, which is not where you want it. You want it literally right in the middle. If you do know that your vehicle has a wireless charger and want to know if it's doing it right, you would place your phone and also check your case too, because sometimes depending on your case, this may or may not work. But yes, if your vehicle has a wireless charger, if you're doing it correctly, you're gonna see a blue light that pops up right over here, and that's how you would know that your phone charger is charging your phone. You can also go to your home screen and then you will see your phone right here, and you will also see a charging symbol right over here too. That's how you can know that you're using your wireless charger correctly. And last but not least, to wrap it all up, one of the common mistakes that many BMW drivers make is not using their blinker. This is a joke. So if you all didn't know, this is actually a blinker stick, and the correct way to use this is you hit it up to turn, to let people know which way you're about to turn. And again, this is a BMW joke. I know I suck at jokes, but there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are losing sunlight here. The sun's about to set, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. Let me know if you all had any questions. Comment down below on that. And also, if there was common mistakes that you all can think of, let me know in the comment box down below. So maybe I could do a part 2 if you all like this video. Subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for the next one, and have a great day.